Hey everybody, it's been a long time since I've done a tractor video, but I have to do it because, check it out, we are looking at brand new Traktor Kontrol S3. It's not on the stores yet, it's available for pre-order, and guess what? It has Traktor Pro 3. That's right, you heard it, Traktor Pro 3. There used to be a Traktor 3 long time ago, but it wasn't called Traktor Pro 3. So this is the new integration of Traktor with a new controller, and I'm going to just go over this quickly because you're going to be able to watch this. And this isn't a video to sit there and say, oh my god, look at all the new features, because there's going to be a lot of videos that are going to talk about that. If you know my channel and you know me, I'm not here to rip anything apart. I'm just merely going to ask a few questions. And one of the biggest features of this controller, it's motorized. And so it's going to be interesting because I watched the guy do the video. He said it's like smooth. You got to feel it. I bet you it's going to be real slick. I expect it to be a really nice thing. And I'm surprised they did motorized because Traktor, they went from a platter system that worked really good. It was very tight and small, but it worked really well, to say no platters. And then they come back with a new system saying, not only did we bring the platters back, but we brought motorized platters. I wish they had did a bigger platter. That's probably my only complaint, because the small platter, but if you're an S3 user, you're going to like this anyways. Because a lot of S3 users really didn't like the S8 because it didn't have platters. You really missed a whole market of a lot of hip-hop DJs use Traktor. It's not just techno guys, and they like their platters. You've got the display right here. I kind of wish that display could have been integrated into the platter somehow, or near the top of the deck above it. It feels like a weird spot that if I got my hand here and I'm scratch mixing on my new moving platter, that I'd want a little bit more to be able to see what I'm doing. You see, your hand's going to be here scratching, your arm like this. You see where you're going to be hitting it? It's weird, right? Just my opinion. I would have preferred to have round buttons, but it's because I'm a CDJ guy. If you're a Traktor guy, this is fine. Once again, just, and I know these things always feel kind of cheap, but they're built really solid. Those pads look really nice. You can do the sample stems. They say you can do a lot of things with this unit. The biggest deal, I think, is going to be this haptic feedback. So the idea behind the haptic feedback is your cues and your loops that right on the controller, as you hit that cue point or the loop, you're going to get like a little vibration, a little clicky thing, haptic feedback. You know what I mean? You're going to get sensation through your hand that this is where it is. We've all survived without that for all these years DJing, so I don't know what advantage that's going to be. I think maybe for hip hop DJs that beat juggle a lot, knowing that where that clicky point is for scratching, maybe that's going to actually do something. We'll find out. We won't know until we see DJs really utilizing it. The club standard layout, I don't know why they call that a club standard, because there's club standard equipment does not have RGB pads on it, number one. And just because you put the mixer effects, it's not. It doesn't resemble anything of a DJM 900 Nexus 2, and that's club standard. Whatever. Traktor Pro 3, improved audio engine, brand new user interface. We'll have to look deeper into it. I don't really understand. And of course, we got this visual feedback, color-coded light rings and deck buttons, which I like that. So there's that haptic feedback stuff that's telling you about. We'll see how that changes the game. Turntable mode for vinyl style mixing. So yeah, I like that. And the classic mode to, of course, just like a regular jog. What else we got here? Scroll up. And you know, your typical, that's big deal. Nothing different there. Stand track color coded deck visualization. I do like that where all the colors change to see what deck you're on. That little ring going around, I'm a light guy, man. So you put lights on an S4 around the jog wheels like that and they're spinning, I'm good. Mixer effects, modulate with one touch. I kind of like the way they have, you know, select a thing and those knobs, they look like they're a nice size. So that part there does remind me of mixing with like a DJM 900 and using color effects, except on a DJM, the color effects are over on this side, not on this side. So if you're going for muscle memory, and that was your whole goal to be club standard, you should have moved the buttons to the other side, and it would have been. What else we got here? Of course, audio interface, and you know, it's a good one. And let me tell you, anything's better than what that S4 interface was, whatever it was. So as long as this is better than what the S4, Mk1 and 2 sounded like, and hopefully maybe even better than the S8, because I was not impressed with the S8 interface either. Hopefully. The Traktor Pro 3, what do we got here? 4 decks, no different. Tempo sync, great. We've always had it. Cueing, yep. Looping. Flux mode, yep. Effects suite, already had it. Mixer effects, that's the new one. Customizable layout. We'll see. Did they make it so you could separate your window for your tracks and put that on a second monitor? That's the part I really want to know. But we'll look into that at a later date. Remix on the fly with stems and samples. You know what? My S4 with 2 F1s could do that at the time, 5 years ago. Well, maybe not the stems, but when stems came in, the S4 with 2 F1s was able to do it. Speaking of F1s, right there. So let me just say, my take on this. This is cool as hell. But the biggest feature, motorized wheel. The haptic feedback might be cool for some. Other than that, you know what? It's kind of like an S4, you know what I mean? And like I said, myself personally, I found even the S8. I never liked the S8 for remix decks. I didn't like the S8 for stems either. Believe it or not, even though it was made for stems, I personally enjoyed using stems more on my 2 F1 controllers. I liked how the pads lit up to indicate what channel was playing. I liked the up-down faders of the F1s. I really liked the F1s. They worked the remix deck good. They worked stems good. They were great for running effects. Like there was all kinds of effect mappings you could get. So, yeah, I don't know if I'm totally sold on this thing or not. I'd actually have to use one. And now that I'm using CDJs, I feel like touching this thing would feel kind of cheap to me, unfortunately. But for you tractor guys out there, this is a great unit. If you want to go tractor, I think this is the one to go for. You know, like my S4 Mk1 lasted for years. And when I sold it, it was in mint condition. My Pioneer SX, the SX1, after a year, it felt loose. My SX2, after a year, it felt good, but maybe you could tell it was used. My S4 felt like brand new. That's it, guys. You make your decision. Leave in the comments what you think. Do you like this thing? Is it worth the money? Was it worth the wait? Because I've been waiting a long time, and from what I can see so far, I didn't see anything screaming out anything about visualization or doing video or anything. And that was something I was waiting for a long time from Traktor, is do something a little bit more. The new software, the new hardware is not going to change the way that I would mix. Bottom